Hi, everybody. Hey, coming at you today from beautiful Costa Rica, and we're going to talk about a lesson that I learned from being physically paralyzed, how to overcome that obstacle. So here's the tip for today. Let me tell you about a story, and it's going to be part 2 of what I talked about last week. I told you about how my first week in the business, my car went up in flames in Barstow, California, and there were 3 gas stations and a restaurant, and everybody was running out there. Well, I started my first business with a pair of Bermuda shorts, t-shirt, and a $20 bill. So moving forward, I was still selling suitcases business to business, but I wasn't a very good salesperson. I realized that out. So I didn't have a lot of money. So I actually ended up moving 13 times in 12 months. In fact, one time when I moved, I got so good at it that I still had the mattress on my Pinto station wagon because I upgraded from my Ford Falcon station wagon with the sheet still on it, and just drove down the road, threw it on somebody's floor, and I had another place to live. But so I went on a road trip. So I was worried. I had a lot of worry going on, and I woke up the next morning to go sell the suitcases, and I noticed I was walking like this. I was walking sideways. I had no balance. I'm like, what's going on with me? And I had a little like rash on the side of my face. So I went to the doctor's office, and he told me that I had shingles. I'm like, what shingles? He goes, well, it's brought on by stress. Do you have any stress? I said, yeah. I don't know where I'm going to eat next. I don't know where I'm going to live. I don't know what's going on. He goes, well, you got shingles. Here's some medication. It's going to take some time. Well, if you've ever had shingles, number 1, it's extremely painful. 2, you get these red sores with the pus that comes out of it. So there I am trying to sell. I wasn't good to begin with, and I'm selling suitcases business to business, walking in saying, hi, do you want to buy suitcases, with pus running out of my face. Now, to make matters worse, this turned into Bell's palsy. And if you don't know what Bell's palsy is you become paralyzed. So from the left side of my face over, I couldn't move it. It was paralyzed. And I asked the doctor, I said, how long is this going to last? They said, it could last a lifetime, it could last a week, we don't know. So I'm like, great. So there I am trying to sell suitcases. Now, not only with the pus coming out of my face, but I'm talking like this. So I'm like, hey, do you want to, and I would drink something and water would just spill down out of my mouth. I had to learn how to drink sideways, and I'm just, oh, do you want to buy suitcases? Well, again, I didn't end up selling a lot of suitcases, but I persisted. And that's one of the keys that you want to realize. It eventually, oh, by the way, how long was I paralyzed? I had this test every morning. I went like this. And I knew if I could whistle, that means both sides of my lips, both sides of my face worked. So I would do that throughout the day. And of course, you can't whistle, so I couldn't through one side of my mouth. So I would go to the doctors every month to see if there's any progress. And right when I went to walk into the doctor's office, I went, and I whistled. I was so excited. I ran into the office, and I'm like, I can whistle, I can whistle. I'm jumping up and down, all excited, and all these people, ever seen them in a doctor's office? They're just sitting like this, looking at me like, who is this nut job? By the way, the doctor you probably want to see, I think, is down the hall, and there's rubber walls on that room. But anyhow, I could whistle. So I started thinking, hey, this worry, this stress, it's not gonna do them any good. So how do you not worry? Well, I read this book. Somebody gave me a book that said The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Shen. Small book, you can read it in one night, turned my whole life around. I went from worrying to have more faith. It taught me spiritual principles, to have faith in God, and to take some positive action. So I strongly suggest you do that. So what did I do? The brain is a powerful tool, but what it can't do is hold on to 2 thoughts at the same time. So when you have a worry thought come in, like, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to eat? What am I going to do? Am I going to be able to sell enough suitcases to buy rent, to pay for rent? All those negative thoughts that go through your mind. And some of you might be going through some obstacles and challenges right now. So you have to substitute it. So I substituted it with, I can do this. I can, with God, all things are possible. I can sell suitcases. I can, not what if I don't, but I can. So just by that substitution then, and since then I've learned a lot more tools, a lot more strategies that I use in my coaching, and a lot of people have had some great success with it, but this is a first start. If you're a worrier, substitute your thoughts. So I want you to do that today, but the problem most people have is they could say, okay, I'm not going to think this negative thought, but they don't know a positive thought. So your assignment today is to write down, if you're worried about something, how am I going to do this? Write down something positive. Like what will, just imagine what will happen when my life turns around. This is an opportunity for me to get stronger, to spend time working on myself, and to get the dream job that I always wanted to have. So do that law of substitution. You can overcome any obstacle if you put your mind to it. Have faith in God. God bless. I love you. Have a great day. Bye.